The social media power has created yet another phenomenon in world politics, this time shaking up the Singapore political terrain. The most popular Singaporean public figure on Facebook is not a pop star, actress or athlete. 24-year-old Nicole Seah, who lost an opposition candidate in Saturday's election, has over 100,000 likes on her public Facebook page of yesterday. This count has overtaken the numbers of likes people clicked on Singapore's founding father Lee Kuan Yew's fan page. Another extremely busy site was Yahoo. Singapore, which said Nicole Seah was one of its most heavily searched keywords after she emerged as an opposition candidate in late April. Seah, who is back at her day job in advertising, generated a wave of support with her photogenic looks and passionate appeals to help poor Singaporeans left behind by the city-state's rapid economic progress. The newcomer's rise into an instant icon among young Singaporeans underscored the dramatic emergence of social media in a society in transition from strict political control to a more open democracy. The People's Action Party, or PAP, which has been in power for 52 years, was stunned when its share of all votes cast fell to an all-time low to 60%, even though a block voting scheme limited the opposition to 6 seats out of 87. Singaporean Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong acknowledged the fact that the social media has made a distinct shift in Singapore's political landscape. The PAP has long relied on pro-government media such as newspaper group Singapore Press Holdings and broadcaster MediaCorp during election campaigns. It quickly found itself swamped by critics on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and web portals as technology and demographics conspired to undermine PAP's domination of the political debate in the traditional media. Official statistics show that nearly 30% of Singapore's 3.77 million citizens and permanent residents are between 15 and 34, a generation that relies heavily on the web and mobile phones for information and social networking. The ruling party made an attempt to tap into social media in the final days of the campaign. The Prime Minister hosted an hour-long Facebook chat, but was swamped by 5,000 postings, leaving him unable to catch up with the torrents of questions, comments, praise, and insults from the public. Popular blogger Lee Kin-moon, who runs the satirical site MrBrown.com, said the PAP was not used to the spontaneous two-way communication in social media.
South Korea has reduced its food order imported from Japan after the fear of radioactive contamination from the leakage from the stricken Fukushima nuclear power plant. After the deadly twin disaster damaged the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, causing leaking out of radiation onto the land, air, and sea, South Korea's food imports from Japan plunged this month due to the declining demand. According to the data by Korea Food and Drug Administration this month, South Korea has imported a daily average of 75 tons of food from Japan, which is down by 74.4% from a month earlier. The number of import cases also dropped to a daily average of 30 compared with 197 cases reported in the previous months. The data also showed that there are imports of fishery and forest products have been ordered from Japan neither. The demand of foods imports from Japan has declined as Seoul has tightened its security measures on the safety requirements for food imports from disaster-hit areas in Japan following the March 11 earthquake and ongoing radiation scare. South Korea started to request safety certificates for food imports from 13 affected regions in Japan this month as part of the increased oversight of radiation contamination. All foods from Japan should be shipped into Korea with origin of production certificates approved by the Tokyo government.
The new school term will generate more than 40 billion baht, including 5 billion baht in tea money, when it opens on May the 18th, according to ABAC poll. The survey on 2,453 respondents aged between 15 to 60 from 12 provinces, including Bangkok, Pathum Thani, Nakhon Ratchasima, Chiang Mai, Phuket, and Songkhla, found that 37.9% felt burdened by schooling expenses, 91.2% of whom are parents. The expenses they are reeling under include tuition fees, 76.5%, materials and uniforms, 68.2%, tutoring fees, 23.8%, and tea money, 13.8%. The survey estimated that schooling expenses nationwide in the upcoming school term would be 41.9 billion baht, of which approximately 5 billion baht would be given to schools as tea money. Meanwhile, the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration has cleaned up the 436 schools under its jurisdiction and got rid of insect breeding grounds, closely inspected the hygiene and garbage disposal facilities, as well as ensured the safety of food and drinking water supply. Bangkok Governor Mom Rashawong Sukhumpan Boripat is scheduled to inspect Bangkok's traffic condition from a helicopter on May the 18th.
Stay tuned next break for a car model in China special program by Around Asia by ANN.